Comrade President, not long ago, these guys tried to kill us. Maybe even these 4 guys in my office tried and often succeeded.
Yes, I know. Forgiveness starts here, too. Forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. That is why it is such a powerful weapon.
Welcome back, Broken Chain Gang. It's your boy, Big C, back with another one. I know it's been here and there. I've been hitting and missing. But guys, we're trying to get it together, trying to get this new work schedule going. But without further ado, let's do a little housekeeping before we dive off into this video. A lot of you guys have been asking me, contacting me, how can you support the channel? So I figured, what the heck, I'm going to put a Cash App link or description into the description, and I think I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. So if you guys want to support me, if you guys feel like this, you're getting value from this channel, please feel free to do so. But hey, if you do not have the money to support me, the number one way you can support me is by commenting, liking, definitely liking the videos, commenting, and subscribing to this channel and sharing it. If that's the only way you can support me, that is fine with Big C. I just wanted to put this out there because some of you kind of messaged me and let me know, hey, how can we support your channel? And so I'm going to start off with Cash App, and I'll try to look into other ways and try to get some merchandise coming here soon too, guys. Just kind of spice it up a little bit. But without further ado, let's jump right off into this. Now, guys, one of the most important things that we can talk about in addiction recovery is unforgiveness and the ability to forgive. See, guys, if you've watched a lot of my videos, I've always said the getting high was just an outward manifestation of some things going on within inside of us. And that's why I say it's always important that you've eventually, at some point in recovery, you've got to do a deep dive. You've got to go back through your childhood and things that you've experienced in your life, traumas, setbacks, disappointments, being mistreated, whatever. Guys, these are the things that fuel addiction. And if we trying to get clean and we do not take care of these areas where the addiction is festering and manifesting itself, because we're really trying to medicate and hide from these pains. We don't want to feel this stuff, but it comes out in addiction. And so, guys, in order to overcome addiction, we've got to be able to deal with some things that are going on inside of us that may have happened years ago. And one of the things we've got to really deal with is unforgiveness. See, guys, when whatever has happened to us in life, whether we were mistreated, whether we were abused or molested, whether we had parents that didn't care about us, gave us up for adoption, guys, whatever traumas we went through in life, guys, when we come into addiction, into recovery, we're looking at things that are driving my addiction. And a lot of times we don't pay attention to these things. These are the very things that sometimes you'll be surprised as you go back and do a deep dive over your life. You'll be surprised at some of the things that you've probably even forgotten because you've suppressed them so much. But guys, these are the things that fuel the addiction. And when we're trying to get clean, we can't get clean and stay clean if we don't deal with this. And one of the most biggest things we've got to do is we've got to forgive. We've got to forgive people and things that have happened in our life. And I'm going to get to this second one, which is the very most. We've got to forgive ourselves. But guys, let's talk about the things that may have happened to us early on in childhood. Whatever it is, guys, there's a number of things. It could be you. Maybe you were given up for adoption and you felt like nobody loved you. Maybe your parents abused you. Maybe you were molested. Maybe you just saw a lot of things that we shouldn't have experienced at a young age in life. And this kind of laid the foundation for where we ended up as addicts. But guys, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to kind of jump off in here real quick. And it's up to each individual to go back and see what these issues are. What's driving my addiction? It's not that I just like getting high. It's like this addiction, the high is allowing me to medicate from some feelings and things inside of me that I really don't want to feel. But there comes a time in addiction we got to face this head on. And so whatever things we need to go back and people we need to forgive, maybe you can actually go to some people and ask for forgiveness and forgive them. And maybe there's people that they're dead and gone, or you have no way of getting in touch with people that have abused us, people that have done wrong by us. But guys, that's why the Bible says, how many times shall we forgive? And it says 70 times 7. And what that means is, guys, we have always got to forgive. If we don't forgive people, it's not that we're hurting them, we're hurting ourselves. It's like you giving somebody, you drinking poison and expecting that person to die. That's what unforgiveness is. And guys, we've got to be able to go and look at these areas. That's why it's good to have somebody that you trust and that you can talk to. Because we've got to come to a place of forgiveness. Whatever was done to us, even if we can't talk to that person, we've got to come to a closure in our life to say, whatever it was, it is what it is. Not being insensitive to what we've been through, guys, but it is what it is. And I've got to deal with this. I've got to release it, and I've got to move on. If I need forgiveness, and a lot of times in addiction, we need to go back. We've hurt a lot of people. And if we can go back and make amends to some of these people, we want to do that. But some people will never see again in life. But guys, we have got to make the effort to forgive. Forgive what wrong was done to us, and forgive what and go back and ask for forgiveness for the people that we have hurt in addiction, if we can do so. But guys, this is important, because if we overlook this, this is just like, you cleaning your car. But sorry guys, we got a lot of thunder and lightning going on out there. But it's like cleaning the car, but not cleaning the inside. Is the car totally clean? You guys get what I'm saying? Probably a bad example, but you guys know what I'm getting at. We've got to do this, because you got to understand this. There are things fueling our addiction. And I'm no scientist. I'm no psychologist. But guys, what I'm saying to you in layman's term, we've got to be able to go back and look at what was done to us, things that we've done, and we've got to bring this stuff to a closure. We've got to be able to forgive. And that's where God comes in to help us forgive. To say, I'll forgive, but I won't forget, you're setting yourself up for never forgiving. I'm not saying we'll sit here and act like we never remember these things. But guys, we've got to have a mindset to say, I want to be done with this. Because this is going to harm me, not the person. And so whatever we've got to do, we've got to sit down and face this head on and get some forgiveness. I ain't saying it's going to be easy. But that's why we have God in our life, to help us face these things, to become courageous. And look, because some of this stuff is going to hurt. Some of this stuff is going to be painful. But when you understand this is the stuff, some of the stuff that's fueling my addiction, you'll go headlong into it and be like, let's deal with this. Bring this stuff to a closure. And guys, the number one thing, when we're talking about forgiveness, is we've got to forgive ourselves. I'm saying we have let ourselves down. We've probably got a lot of guilt. We've probably got a lot of shame. We've probably got a lot of embarrassment. We've let a lot of people down. It's just some things this is a heavy weight to carry around. The things that we've done. We've hurt our wives. We've hurt our kids. We've hurt our parents. We've hurt our friends. We've lied. We've cheated. We've done all of this stuff. And so here we are in recovery. And this stuff, it hasn't went anywhere. That stuff is still on us. But guys, we've got to release it. We've got to forgive ourselves. for the things that we've done. We've got to, and this is going to take a process. We're not going to just be able to cut it off overnight. I forget. No, it's going to be a process. But you have got to deal with you as an individual and forgive yourself for all the wrong that you've done. Because let me tell you this, if you are a child of God, Jesus Christ has forgiven you, and you can forgive. You can forgive yourself. So how does that look like? What does that look like? In the end, how do I know if I've forgiven myself for 23 years of addiction, as in my case? For one, I can hold my head up now. I can talk about it. I'm not ashamed to tell people about my past. I'm on a new path. I am, it gets to a place where you're comfortable with what the mistakes you've made. You understand that, yeah, those were terrible mistakes, but I moved on from that. That's no longer me. Being able to talk about it, being able to share it with people. That's how you know you finally forgiving yourself. You no longer look at yourself as an addict. You look at yourself as a person who has overcome a lot of adversity in his life or her life. And that's who you are today. You're steady overcoming each and every day. But that's the way to know if you've forgiven yourself, is when you have peace with the past and say, it is what it is. It was a hell of a road, but I thank God I'm on a new road. I don't ever want to forget it, but I thank God I'm on a new journey. And I forgive myself for all the wrong. See, guys, these are the things, forgiving other people for some things we just weren't, when we were kids, we weren't responsible for some things that came upon us. But as we grew up, there's things that we were responsible for. So we've got to go back and we've got to do some forgiving, and we've got to go and ask for some forgiveness. And we've got to do all of this because unforgiveness will keep us in the cycle of addiction. And that's what we've got to do this, guys. We got to find forgiveness for ourselves. And everything that happened to us, we got to bring that stuff to a closure in our life, to be done with it. And then from this point on, we use it as a testimony to what God can do for us. But let me tell you something, guys. Through this whole process of forgiveness and trying to walk through it, it's going to take God to help you, because it may open up some wounds that you don't want to feel, but you've got to. This is how we become victorious. This is what keeps us from going back to drugs, because it's out there. We've got closure. We no longer need something to medicate it. We deal with it, and we've forgiven ourselves. Therefore, we can go forward in life, because I told you guys, in 2023, we are winning. Ain't nothing changed. I don't care if you've relapsed. I don't care what's happened. If you set back, hey, let's keep going. We have no option but to keep going. If we failed yesterday, we got to get up and keep going today. That's how we're going to do this thing, guys. So, hey, I pray that you guys, pray that this video has blessed you guys. Hey, I'm trying to get back into putting videos out. I kind of got my schedule together, and hey, I'm going to get it going, guys. But hey, keep riding with me, guys. And remember this, stay motivated, my friends. We do recover one day at a time. I'll see you on the next one.